Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back to the Get Back podcast. I'm your host, Damian Dustin, here with
Aiden Jones, welcome back, ladies and
and
gentlemen.
welcome to episode 55 of the Get Back
Yes,
podcast.
sir.
I'm always excited for every episode. This episode, I'm ready to talk ball. I'm excited.
It's going to be I know we've had a lot of them. It's an NBA special only because it's last week. We've had so much happen with every series. So we're going to break it down.
Yeah, and there's so much to talk about beyond the playoffs, too.
Yeah.
What are these teams that have been eliminated have to do, especially with injuries and whatnot?
Right.
Man, we got a lot. I think we need to start with the series that have been completed. I think it's only fair that we start there, and we'll start with the first series that was completed, and that is going to be the Knicks and the Hawks. The Knicks obviously advancing to the second round, beating the Hawks in 6 games. It was a good series for the 6
It
games.
was. For the first four. For the first 4 games, it was a very great series.
It was, and it almost seemed like in this series, Atlanta would go on these runs in the 2 games that they did win, and it would truly make you believe that they had a chance to beat the Knicks. But I think we really came back to reality in that game 6.
We're not going to skip over. Bro, they beat them 140
5,
to 89, dude.
Even game 5 when they won by it was 126 to 97.
Oh, yeah.
Even when they won game 5.
That was just the start of it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to – no, because I feel like we're trying to sugarcoat this right now. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. The score was 74 to 22
at one point.
First half.
Game 6 ending at 140 to 89.
How does the game go from being 8 to 11 to 19 to 45? How is that possible? They went on a 43 to 6 run.
From what the looks of it, watching the game, they simply could not buy it. They didn't show up. Usually you hear that phrase a lot, like, oh, we just didn't show up tonight.
No, they didn't even sleep right the night before. I think they actually went to the gym, just not expect. I don't know if they knew that it was a win or go home game.
Now, usually any other circumstance, to lose by this much in the playoffs, an absolute failure, horrible playoff run, blah, blah. But for Atlanta, they lost, but this was a great season.
A great season, but a very terrible ending because now,
of course,
it depends on how you look at it. Now Atlanta possibly doesn't have to pay C.J. McCollum or who was the other player to pay, possibly Jonathan Kuminga or something like that. Now they don't have to pay them that much. Now it's where, okay, maybe you guys can walk. Because I'm pretty sure teams are already interested in C.J. McCollum.
Keep Kuminga or C.J. You got to keep one.
Could possibly keep one. I think C.J. is possibly going. Even after that great series, I'm pretty sure that he will be shopped around after seeing what he can do at least for a couple of games. And that's it.
I don't know, because CJ did play well for Atlanta, so I think CJ has to look at that and take that into account. Listen, Jalen Johnson is a star you want to play with. That's just a player you want to play.
But
granted,
he would never leave like that. That's their franchise player at the moment.
Yeah, of course. So, but I'm saying like a guy like CJ or Kuminga, obviously one of them has to stay.
Yeah,
I think both of them would be inclined to stay. Obviously, you probably can't keep both, but I'm sure like Jalen Johnson.
Exactly. If you had to pick one, who's staying?
It's actually harder than you think.
No, it's not.
It is.
Jalen Johnson is a very young player. He averaged almost a triple-double. You called him a top 10 player.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about?
Jalen Johnson.
I'm talking about who they should keep, CJ or Kuminga.
Oh, I was talking about Jalen Johnson. I was saying that's
no, Jalen Johnson is their superstar.
Exactly.
100%.
Oh, Kuminga.
I'm saying it's closer than people think, because usually everybody kind of lead towards Kuminga just because of the age. But I would say
because of his potential. I think even at his age right now, he still has more potential than CJ McCollum at the moment.
That is true. But with the play, the way in which CJ played and the way he fits Atlanta's system, I think it's something to look into. Try to keep both.
CJ McCollum stole the rack from CP3. They made another video of CJ McCollum cutting the lead down to 47 with a 3. And
that's
now
horrible.
CP3 can now rest his eyes, at least.
That's so sick.
He can now rest his eyes. But no, it was pretty bad. My main takeaway from this whole series is Dyson Daniels. Great defensive player, all of that. They were leaving him open like he was Draymond Green, and he just couldn't get to hit. I mean, layups, middies, 3 points. It was kind of a hard watch on offense, but he's a great defender. You have to go into those offseason working on your offense. We know what you can do on the defensive side. Offense needs a very big step up,
Yeah, and Dyson to me is kind of a reverse Josh Giddey. The defense that Dyson Daniels brings is such a great asset, the way that Giddey's playmaking is. it's just simply you're going to get got by one of the two things. With Dyson Daniels, it's going to be the shooting and
Yeah.
the the offensive firepower behind the paint. But anything outside the restricted, I mean, no, he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
good. He's
yeah.
not a good shooter. With Josh, it's his defense. So to your point, I think he's going to have that transition period the way that Josh did, and really just hone in on that
Let's
shot.
let's talk about the Knicks though. I
Yeah.
mean, the Knicks OG came out completely on fire. I mean, like OG had more points by himself than the Atlanta Hawks in the first
Yep.
quarter alone. Like I mean, OG came out crazy. I think Karl Anthony Towns he finally realized that they had no real center. Like he actually could be dominant, and Jalen Brunson took over. Like it's as simple as that. New York Knicks actually woke up. They woke up after those two losses, and they realized that they're the real winners. I said real winners. They're the real winners of this series.
Yeah, and I'll touching on OG really quick. I think we kind of touched on that before the series has even started. We kind of said that for the Knicks, they were going to need one of their wings to step up, either being OG or Mikal. 21 and a half points, almost 9 rebounds,
Yeah.
2 steals, 1.5 block on 56% shooting from behind the arc, 61% from the field in the series.
Yes.
This is in the series, not one game. This is in the series. For him to do that, I mean, huge lift for them. I think, especially on the boards, they're two in their wins. OG had over 10 boards
Yeah.
in two of those games.
You know, we booped on somebody this whole series, Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges missed 2 shots in that game. He went 10 of 12, very great game of 24 points in 27 minutes, too. It's not like everybody played like a lot of minutes. They all just got the work done and let the rest of the team actually play out.
Yeah, and it was good for him in the closeout game to obviously get that 24 points, especially heading into the next series. I still am concerned about him, though. The game before that, 7 points. Game before that, 8. Game before that, dud. Nothing.
Yeah.
0. Game before that, 10. So obviously, it was good to see him get going in that last game.
Yeah.
You're going to have to really step up your game, young man. You're going to have to really step up your game
Yeah.
because the competition from here on out,
It only gets harder.
it only gets
harder. But
harder.
at least they're revamped, though. We were talking about like a week ago that they may have to fire their coach. At least now they're not in those talks. Like at least they're competing for a chip
I
again.
totally agree.
So it's definitely a switch over.
Does anything change your opinion on the Knicks after this series or no? Because I know you did have them kind of making this deep playoff run.
No, I think that this just reassures that they possibly can make that deep run. Like I mean, like you needed a game to show everybody that hey, what you guys saw those last couple games wasn't real.
Yeah.
It wasn't real. That was more on us than anything that Atlanta did. If that makes sense. And Atlanta, those 2 games, what did they only win by 1 or 2 points? It wasn't like they got blown out. They never got blown out. It was a close game until the end, and they locked up Jalen Brunson simply, and they showed them that it's different. It's our mistakes that's beating us rather than what you guys are doing on your side.
I honestly couldn't agree more, and I think so too. I think this kind of just solidifies
Yeah.
that we can win that big game. We're not going to choke this.
Oh,
yeah, it's 2-2. Watch this. We're going to win those next 2. We're going to go to the second round, and I think this is great for them. They get a little rest too. Listen, rest in the playoffs, hard to come by. Anytime you can advance before your opponent,
you always
have the upper hand. Moving on, I want to move on to another series. I'm actually going to move across the pond a little bit because, like I said, I want to get the series that have been completed already. I want to talk about the upset of probably this entire. Would it be fair to say the whole playoffs?
No, I don't know about the whole playoffs. We haven't seen it.
Not yet.
But at least for this first round, this is the upset that no one thought would have happened.
Yeah. And the Minnesota Timberwolves defeat the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. Minnesota winning 4-2. I mean, with no Ant, with no Dante, no DeSumo in the last game, the defensive intensity they were able to put on Denver, I mean, you almost would have forgot that Ant wasn't out. You would have forgot that they weren't there almost. That's how well that the Timberwolves were playing.
As well as AO played in that 5th game. And him being out for the 6th game, you think that they were going to win? No one did.
No
one expected them to come out there, Jaden McDaniels to play out his game, Shannon to somehow have honestly, that was kind of his breakout game right there. Everybody played the role. Even Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, he had this is a series that Rudy can never forget.
This is, for Rudy, I think, for all of us, this series kind of changes our entire view on Rudy. I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure. No, the only thing I'm a little concerned about, I feel like it's not going to come out now. I think after the season, we're going to have to somehow hear that there was an injury with somebody. I think that Yoke, I don't know if it was 100%. Yoke in the regular season and Yoke for years has averaged 65% on field goal against Rudy, 35 points, and just somehow this series has just clearly collapsed. You think that was just somehow just like how it went for the series out of every single time that he's played Rudy.
I think aside from Jokic too, I think Denver was just beat up as a whole. I mean, you look at their two best defenders didn't play.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon did not play. I believe it was 2 or 3 games. Peyton Watson didn't play the entire series. As much as Jokic is a generational talent, Jamal Murray is an all-star, all this stuff. I think Peyton Watson really was going to be a catalyst for them in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, because he's a
He was-
defensive player.
He not only was he a defensive player, before the hamstring injury, he was right there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker for the top for most improved. People forget when Yoke was out,
Not necessarily, a little bit.
that
not
we're
necessarily.
talking about a Western Conference Player of the Week multiple times when Yoke was out. Just saying. That's not
That's fine.
something that's
If
not
I'm
something
the
that you can just
Nuggets-
brush off.
If I'm the Nuggets, I'm looking for a haul for Jamal Murray and Christian Brown.
No.
I'm looking for a haul.
No, you can't. And here's what I kind
Jamal
of
Murray against every
No.
other team, unless you're wearing a Lakers jersey,
no. That's,
has it been the greatest?
that's so
Has it been the
it's a bad
greatest?
take.
Unless you're playing the Lakers.
So here's my thing. Jokic would not appreciate that. Christian Braun is acceptable. I talked about that on a video. that I-
Unacceptable, by the
Yes.
way.
Exactly. His play has been absolutely abysmal. He's supposed to be this 3-and-D 2 guard that you have. He hasn't been any of that.
He deserved
Even-
to get paid when it happened.
When it happened,
Man,
absolutely.
After he got
defense went
paid,
away,
Jeez.
His 3-point shot went away. His confidence went away. And it kind of just seemed that actually probably debilitated the entire team.
Yeah.
Another thing about the Nuggets I want to talk about that why their season just didn't manifest
Yeah.
itself is the play of Cam Johnson. Too little, too
I think
too
Cam
effing
Johnson.
late.
I'm not gonna say that. Cam Johnson for those last 2 games actually kept them in the game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Too little, too effing late.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Cam had the entire season. Well, he did have a slight injury in the beginning.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
It was
Cam
a slow
had
start.
no excuse.
It was a very slow start that he had for the team. I remember like when he first came out, he wasn't necessarily hitting shots in there. Everybody was kind of looking at him like, is this what we traded for MPJ? For MPJ, mind you, it was MPJ trade. Oh, question. If MPJ's on the team,
they would win this series, which is so crazy to think. Because not even that, MPJ's defense this year is better than whatever
Yeah.
the hell was on the court for the and that's saying something. For me to talk about Michael Porter
MPJ's
Jr.'s defense over the Nugget, I mean, God help us all. God help us.
Yeah.
It made sense. Trading for Cameron Johnson obviously made a lot of sense. You hypothetically you thought you were getting more defense and
Yeah.
probably going to lose a little bit of offense. You didn't get anything. You lost. You lost big time. You lost your 3-point shooting ability, and you just lost the bailout ability. That's the thing about the
Yeah.
Nuggets that we always liked about them, the
Yeah.
bailout ability. Like, Jokic, he misses, got the rebound, threw it out. Bang.
You have a lot to work on this offseason.
A lot.
Simply. And
A
I
lot.
want to go over to Minnesota because obviously Minnesota advancing. Now they have to go play the Spurs. Now they have to play the Spurs in a semifinals. What does that mean for the San Antonio Spurs or the Minnesota? Who's saying that series with and potentially coming back?
Believe it or not, a more competitive series than a lot of people would say. I still have the Spurs in 5. Yeah, I have San Antonio in 5.
We said Minnesota. We said Denver in 5 or 6. Did we not?
We did. I'm just gonna be realistic. Dante's a huge loss. Whether we can chalk it up however we want, Ant's not gonna be back for 3 games. Ant will miss 3 games. So you're gonna be down 3-0, and he's gonna come back, win you 1 cute game, and you're gonna lose in 5. And it's not because Minnesota just. It's just the Wemby aspect, man. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. There's nothing else. It's just the Wemby aspect.
Game goes to 7 with the Spurs winning. It'll be a 7-game series. Promise you. If Jaden McDaniels,
I'll give you $100. I'll give you $100. I'll give you $100 on the pod.
Yeah, boys about to get paid.
I'll give you $100 on the podcast.
Jaden McDaniels, for him to average what he averaged while talking his talk, biggest overfund that we've seen in possibly the past about 4 years. Am I lying? 32 points. He had a 25,
Sure.
another 20. I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
That's their defensive player. AO drops 43 and then 25 the game before.
You know
Their
what's
two biggest defensive players are putting up numbers like that.
you know what's crazy? And the Nuggets really could have. And the Jaden McDaniels thing, to talk and back it up is one thing. I mean, he had their hand because Jaden McDaniels. Do you want to know what he shot from 3-point range in the
What?
playoffs, in the series?
What?
11%.
And what did he do in the paint?
Exactly. Denver didn't get the message of let him shoot. They said, no, take whatever you want. Take whatever.
Now that midi was looking pretty.
That's what I'm saying.
That
They
midi
let.
where
That's
he
what I'm
closed
saying.
out the game.
They let Jaden get to his spots.
Yeah.
Why would you let
Because
him?
they can't defend.
Because they
He
can't
said it like he said it very correct. Nobody can guard me unless Aaron Gordon's on the floor, which usually would have possibly actually been guarding. Which I think that would have made it a very big difference. He's not out there. So
He's
who's going to guard me basically?
That's very true. My question to you is this: is the Nuggets championship window closing, or is it honestly no? Is it closed? There's the question with San Antonio, OKC, all those teams. I mean, is their championship window closed?
I think it's over. Do I think that Jokic's peak is over? No. And I think that's the only thing. Jokic in his peak, he gets a lot of love. Jokic gets a lot of love. Nobody's really talked bad. I haven't, well, at least from me, I haven't heard a lot of bad talk about Jokic.
No, never.
If this happens to a lot of other superstars, I'm not even going to say LeBron James' name. If this happens to a lot of other superstars, they're
This
getting
happened-
talked about.
If it happened to Shea and if it happened to it happened to
Shea, he's getting obliterated.
Shea's getting obliterated. Ant got obliterated. last year
LeBron
for it.
James, at 39 years old, if he lost like this, he would have been obliterated.
I
Let
mean-
alone his peak.
Ant got what happened to Ant last year in the Western Conference Finals.
But
We all
Ant-
expected
but
it.
Ant's not even out there. That's why I'm talking about like Shea, LeBron, because they've those are players that is at least. If you look at Jokic's spot, Jokic for what the past 4 years he's been in MVP talks, right?
Yeah.
He's won 3 MVPs in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
He's won a championship.
Yeah.
This is any other player in those type of accolades, and they lose like this against a team like that with all the injuries, they're getting obliterated for the full off season.
Oh, lastly, I forgot to put it in the video. You need to fire Adelman.
Please.
I don't know why I didn't say that. I think I was like actually stumbling trying to find the fifth thing, and that's what it was the entire time.
Yeah.
Fire Adelman. He's horrible. He sucks. He's just
not a good coach. He's not a good coach. He's a good
just
good
not a
assistant
good
coach
coach.
if you want him to have him right there. He's a decent assistant
He's a
coach.
great watcher.
Him and Mike Malone worked good together.
He's
We're not gonna
great at
act like-
watching. If you know, you know.
Basically, just call him the cuck of coaching. He's a decent
Yeah.
assistant coach. We're not gonna out there. He just is not a head
He's
coach.
a horrible head coach.
Not a head coach at all.
But yeah, Spurs win handily in that series. That goes down. No disrespect to them.
I
And
don't-
like I said,
I
we'll
don't
be able to
know.
break it down in a week and see where we're at.
We'll see. I want to move on
Okay, let's
to my
talk.
Lakers. And I said my. I keep saying my. It's
That
LeBron.
is
It's
so
LeBron. It's
sickening. That is
LeBron.
sickening.
Lakers, they take care of Houston after Houston started making a little comeback.
Yep.
Actually, it looked like Houston was possibly going to push us to a game 7. Lakers closed that down. LeBron James had a clean 28 points. I'm pretty sure 8 and 7 or 7 and 7, something like that. Great game. What does this mean for the Houston Rockets? Actually,
It would be super premature for me to say it's time to get rid of KD.
is KD gonna hold up that OKC jersey like Spider-Man when he was holding the black suit? And just look at it.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
bro.
I hope not. Stop.
Whatever team wins the finals, that's KD's next move, bro.
Here's my thing with KD,
Oh boy.
and we'll talk about it. I don't think that Kevin Durant likes playing basketball. I think he loves to hoop.
What
And-
do you mean by that?
And the casual is like, what's the difference? Here's the difference. Hooping is you and me go out right now. The hoop's there. We'll go shoot some shots, see it fall, and it looks awesome. We're playing basketball. I'm guarding you 94 feet. Or not even 94 feet. I'm picking you up half court. I'm playing defense. I'm making sure that I win. I'm doing plays to win.
I don't even think it's defensive with KD.
It-
it's offensive
No,
too.
it's offensive.
It's
No,
offensive.
it's the whole basketball aspect. Kevin Durant likes to pull up from mid range and get his shot off. That's all he does. That's all he's good for now, at least now, because that's all he wants to do. We remember when he went to Golden State, and I can't believe this is the first time I've said it publicly as an OKC fan. When he went to Golden State, that was the best version of KD I've ever seen in my life. because Kevin
Yeah.
Durant was playing defense and wanted to play basketball.
Who did KD really have to like? KD
But
wasn't
hold
getting
on,
doubled.
when you're but hold on, that makes you much more inclined to play basketball. The work is so
But
less,
if
so
you're
much less
if
harder.
you're talked about, and me as a KD hater, in my own lifetime, I've called him the best scorer of all time. I have, and you may not have.
But now
I
you
have.
realize he's not.
It's just about what he can do on the offensive side with his whole team. He's a great 1v1 player. 5v5
He's a
in the
great
NBA.
one-on-one player. He's a great hooper.
Great hooper.
He's just probably not
You
the
get
best team
you get
basketball
doubled
player.
and you throw 9 turnovers.
Exactly.
Because on the Warriors, you basically had Steph Curry, Clay. You had 5 All-Stars at one point.
And circling back to like the Rockets aspect of it, they played better without KD. That's why they came back.
Which sucks because they gave up great pieces for him too. They gave up Jalen Green, which I think still would have been pretty decent. And one of my biggest ones, he would have been decent. And Dylan Brooks.
Jalen, I actually think
that team previously, even though they had Fred and all that team was pretty. It was decent.
I didn't like
team.
I didn't like Jalen on Houston.
You gave him a 37-year-old for 2 pieces that the team loved.
Yes, that's the crazy aspect of it. I'm looking at the stats here. They're crazy. I mean, they're awesome stats. I mean, listen, KD averaged 26 this year on over 50% shooting.
KD missed only 4 games in the regular season.
I know. KD was awesome.
Ended up missing 4 games.
He dudded out on the playoffs. Series. Do I think he ducked? No. I think in the game he played, he had 10 turnovers and didn't help them win. They lost.
Yeah.
KD, in my opinion,
waited for that game. I hope you know that. LeBron waited for KD to play. That's all.
But for the Lakers, I mean, talk about Ime Udoka getting out-coached by JJ. JJ out-coached him. JJ
and not even that.
The
games that they had lost, it was just bad shooting nights. Like Luka Kennard in that game 5 had 1 point, 1 turnover. He basically was a cardio guy. The person that's been great for them the whole series, Marcus Smart, played terrible. Aiden couldn't do anything. Like, it was a bad game for the Lakers. They came back out. Luka Kennard's hitting shots, and Austin Reeves just came back. Austin Reeves played terrible in that first game because he wasn't ready to come back. He simply was not ready.
I forgot who said it. Somebody said LeBron is in his magic era, and I couldn't agree more. He's
been in his magic era for 5 years. He's been in his magic era for 5 years.
5 years?
5 years.
Not
yes.
5 years.
First, because you know what?
First couple years on the Lake Show, he was putting.
You know what's so
points.
funny? LeBron's downfall is Magic's level.
No. Yes, but you want to know when the magic shit started? Started after Solomon Hill rolled the ankle.
Don't you say that? I almost cuss on here, bro. Don't say that name. Don't ever say that name.
But
But what year was that? Because that was
bubble year.
That was bubble year. So I just said 5 years. Oh wow! You got to think about it. But yeah, I mean, simply, he once
when it started.
Once the censored name did that to him. That's
the censored name. Solomon Hill.
That's when he started playing on that magic shit, and he was passing the ball. But the thing about LeBron, he can do everything.
It's not that he lost a step. We're not implying that.
That's the whole point. Like we said, his downfall is prime magic, yes, bro. Like that's no fall off, dude.
We're just, I think he's playing. LeBron's also playing it smart. He knows he can't just be rim running anymore. There's just simply we've seen that it doesn't work.
You could do it against Houston.
Yeah, and we saw it sometimes.
You can't do it against OKC.
I'll say this though, LeBron over the past 2 years, really, his shot making ability from really anywhere at any given time, it's unmatched.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you see the star players hit back-to-back threes. LeBron hit a 3. LeBron hit a logo 3. Then he'll hit a fade midi. I mean, it's just the type of shot.
But if he hits a logo 3 and a fade midi, then he's shooting from almost 3/4 out, and then he's gonna miss bad. But it's LeBron eater. It's LeBron eater. He deserves it. But I just said something a little bit. But he can do this against Houston. He can't do this against OKC, and it hurts. It hurts me really bad. Obviously, y'all know obviously at this point, LeBron's my greatest. He's gonna get swept, bro. He's gonna get swept really bad. Like, it's gonna be very bad. In the last, I think it's actually in history. In the last about 10 years, they had the biggest point differential against a team ever, where they beat them averaging about 34 or 36 points a game.
And Luka's not playing. Luka's
which it could be better for him, I guess. Defensive wise.
Sure.
What did he do on offense against you guys this year?
Yeah.
What did he do against us?
He was cool. He was cool.
He was cool, and they lost by 43. Then they lost by 36,
Alright,
and then
here's-
they lost by 9
I
and then
was-
23.
I was gonna take a much more respectful approach, but since we're there,
Bro, we're
let-
there.
we'll-
dog.
we're there.
Like, just talk about
yeah, it'll be a sweep. I'm not gonna sugar. It'll be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, and I'm
Gentlemen?
saying,
Oh, you're
that, hold on.
gracious.
I'm gracious. I'm being like super nice.
You're nice.
This is like if Luca comes back in like a closeout game in LA and it's on some like Luca, this is your first game. Just make sure we don't get swept. That's what it'll be on. But that's the only chance that they win.
Luka would have to come back at what 85%. So that means that the defense that you guys saw from March and Luka, you're not seeing that. Yeah, you're not even seeing that at all. So now we're gonna go back to how it was previously when we both said if Luka puts up the shot and it misses, now you have to go back on defense and you're getting scored on automatically.
And with because we've seen a bunch of hamstrings this year, just with a bunch of players and how long it takes them out.
Yeah.
If I'm the Lakers, I know Rob Pelinka don't swallow his pride, but if they get blown out both games and OKC like by 30, Luka, don't even bother, bro. Don't even bother, dog. Like there's no point. Let's say Luka's ready game
4. So it'll be like
Would
game
you?
4.
Would you even activate it down 3? Would you even activate him down 3-0?
Well, if we're down 3-0, then yeah,
No.
like whatever. Yeah.
But would you activate Luka? No.
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
I'm not. Why?
On some last chance type shit, yes.
No, you can't. Especially the hamstring. It's been bothering Luka all year.
Oh yeah.
And now now they had to send him to Europe to go get some.
If nothing else is working, you put in Luka. You possibly give him about 20 minutes, and you guys will still get blown out regardless. You just have to
God
play a
knows
little
what
bit.
type of rituals they were doing to Luka in Europe. He must have been promised that hamstring.
He was promised how long ago, Dan? How long ago?
Yeah. The thing is, man, I'll tell
Put
you.
up with Denny for Luka.
I'll tell you this though. Yeah, if you're down 3-0, you just don't bring Luka back. That's just listen, LeBron is on his way out the door soon. Luka's that's your piece, that's your guy. You don't want him to have a lingering hamstring injury for the rest of his career. If you're down 3-0 and it's because OKC genuinely was just blowing you out of the water, there's no point. I think you and me have agreed that it's 4-0 OKC, correct?
Sadly, yes, it'll be a 4-0 series.
And you want to know how bad that is? We're not even going to talk about the Suns Thunder series. That's how bad it was. There's no point to talk about it.
There's no point to. Shea simply closed out the series with what, a 40? What do you have, like 41?
Yeah, 42 on 15 of 18. So that's another. Because we do have to show OKC a little love, I feel like. Because we
just
talk about the
did.
Lakers. Shea, the efficiency.
Game.
I honestly, in my years of watching basketball, I've never seen efficiency like that from a guard. From a guard, I've never seen efficiency.
Didn't
like
he
that.
go like? Didn't he make like 3 of like 12 2 games before that, bro?
No.
He had like 2 bad shooting games in the series.
Sure, but I'm talking about like what we consistently see from Shea is his efficiency. I've never seen.
You're talking about numbers, not like consistent, like oh he's making like a huge like field goal thing. You're talking about like free.
No,
I'm not saying that.
oh,
but, like,
no,
you're
I'm
saying,
talking about
everything combined.
Yeah, everything combined.
yeah,
like his
okay.
3-point shooting, his shot
Yeah,
mate. I mean,
yeah,
15 to
yeah.
18. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
Tell them refs to tighten up them shoes, bro.
Tighten up the shoes. Absolutely. I don't care. I'll take the chip with any dip possible. I'll take the chip. So that's fine.
Spurs in 7. But keep going. Keep
Whoa.
going.
Moving on. I feel like now we have to talk about the series that are still going on.
Yeah.
We have been blessed.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Jones, we have been blessed with 3 Game 7s on the Eastern Conference, believe it or not.
which is wild. In the East, you would think that it
In
would
the
actually
East,
kind of be like
remember-
the roles reversed.
And I looked it up because we
Yes,
talked about it.
I
I was
know.
right.
That's why I'm like, this is wild because you said it hasn't been like this since 2018.
There has not been a game to go over 5 games in the East in the first round since the LeBron Indiana series,
Yeah, which
was crazy to think about.
Yeah. And
We're
now
being
we have
blessed.
3. But we kind of thought it was gonna be like this because every kind of series was good.
I don't want to rate you, so I won't start with the first game. I'll start with another
Just
one.
leave us for the last, bro.
Yeah, I want to
Just leave us
start
for
with
the last,
with what would be the shock of the world, upset of the first round, maybe the upset of the playoffs
This,
in
this,
general.
this will be the upset of the playoffs. Like, I know we already talked about the Minnesota. But this right here will be the upset. If Philly can somehow, what were you about to talk about?
Whoa,
That would be
you
the
were
upset.
going Philly.
That would be the complete upset. If Philly, for Philly to take this game to Game 7,
Oh my God! Pause. I was
You can't talk
talking
about a
Pistons Magic. That's the bigger upset.
That's an upset. What did we say before the series started? We thought that was Game 7 potential.
It's the lore of it. 1 versus 8.
No.
1 versus 8.
No, gang.
Man,
Stop it.
man.
Philly, we thought they had no chance. We both said that this would go to a Game 5.
In Detroit?
Are you serious?
That's
We
so
said that this was going to a Game 7 before it started.
The only reason why I can't really consider the 76ers as like a huge... Listen, it would be an upset. I'm not saying that.
That's the biggest upset.
The reason why I can't say it's the biggest upset is because we cut... And don't lie, because you knew too. We knew fully healthy the 76ers were a good team. We knew that. The
They
whole
were
problem
going
was
to beat the Celtics. Tell me right now. Look at me right now.
we
And
weren't
tell me
going to put
this game was going to go to a Game
a couple
7.
months ago. We weren't going to put it past them. We weren't.
A couple months ago?
No, actually, no. A month or two ago. Why not?
A month or two ago?
Yeah, we weren't.
Yes, we would have. Everybody would.
Pre-Tyrese injury. Before they were even in that
Yes,
plan.
everybody would. And that's before we thought that Jason Tatum was going to come back. Yes, come on. Don't do that.
That's wild.
We both said that the Pistons and Magic was going to be a 7-game series. We said that it was actually going to be the best series in the East. We both said this. We
did.
We said that the Celtics and 76ers playoffs
Dude,
was going to go to a Game 5.
I picked the Magic in 7. But that's why.
Okay, so shut up.
Hold on. That's why.
Shut up, man.
But that's why it's a cooler upset. It sounds good.
It would be cool. But if the Sixers can somehow, with Joel Embiid coming back and just marking his dominance, Tyrese Maxey hooping,
I will say
that would be an upset.
The Sixers winning would have much more greater implications on the Eastern Conference playoffs and just the finals run in general for anybody.
Well, no,
for anybody.
No, that just means that whoever goes to the finals is getting just
slapped,
slapped in the mouth.
Face.
Yeah, just like not even in the face. Like I'm talking about spit.
They're getting smacked.
It will be pretty bad. But obviously, the Celtics was my pick to go. That's why it's an upset. That was my pick to go to the finals.
That's true. So we'll talk about that. The 76ers and the Celtics. Ever since Embiid has come back, it seems like this series has been completely different. Obviously, they did lose that first game with Embiid back. I think it was just because he was getting those shots up.
Oh, yeah.
After that, the entire series shifted. And it seems like the Celtics just can't seem to win a game without their three-point shooting. What do you think about this Celtics team and what makes them so vulnerable against the 76ers?
This has been the same story for the past 2-3 years. If they don't shoot good, they're not winning. We've said it, and we said that every about 8 to about 10 games, they hit a brick wall where they just can't shoot. And guess what? They lose those games.
Yeah.
They've never been able to win games without shooting well because that's all that they depend on.
Now, if you're the coach of the Boston Celtics, threes out of the table, you're not hitting threes. What are you game planning? I need JB and JT to be aggressive towards the rim, or are you being more jump shot based?
You would hope that they could be aggressive to the rim. JB has been aggressive all season. All season he's been aggressive. My thing, it's not even about that. It's about the uses that we're losing with JB, with JT. JT, and I came out here and I got called a little dummy on the comments for saying that I think that JT should be the Batman, and that's how you stop them. Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? So now JB's usage goes down, and now they can't win games. Now JT's averaging more points in this series, and now they can't win games. After JB was an MVP finalist. Where was he? Was he a finalist? Did he actually make it? I don't think he made it. Was he like 4 or something like that?
4.
The whole year we talked about him being an MVP toss until obviously Luka had his huge little March run.
All of them, yeah. Before Dwemby and all of them had their run.
JB, which was your MVP pick. JB was on one of the craziest ones that we have seen by himself. They were supposed to be on an off year.
Yeah.
And JB made him a second team in the East.
And I know, listen, I know they're healthy now. That was my only thing about why it wouldn't shock me if the 76ers won. Because I think everybody on this, they're not in that mind. It's a mindset thing. I genuinely don't think, maybe JB, maybe just because of competitive nature. JT, obviously, he's only been in a couple games. He don't know nothing. Yeah. They didn't, to your point, they didn't think they were going to be the number 2 seed. They didn't think that it would be like that. They knew they were going to go playoffs. We knew they were going to go playoffs.
I would say after the first 2 weeks where they started climbing up the ranks and they were into like 8.
I thought it was just a hot streak.
JB didn't.
Apparently not.
Peyton Pritchard
won that MVP. Peyton Pritchard didn't either. Here's my question: who wins?
God, I would hope in Boston that the Celtics can finally somehow find their shot and win this series. If they shoot even about 35%.
You know what? I'll actually call it right now. They missed their first three threes. It's over, man. I ain't gonna lie,
snap.
bro.
The first 3?
First, you want to know why? Because it's gonna be 6-0, 76. Six is
bro.
gonna be up.
It would
Because
be.
guess what? They're gonna feed Joel in the paint.
And Joel has been feasting in the paint.
Actually,
And
you know what the thing about Joel? And this is crazy. And the fact that I remember this play out of everything in the series is wild. The game that they won, Joel was standing in the paint. He had like tripped on his shoe or something. He was just standing in the restricted area. Him just standing there, scared like JB from like a double clutch lay, and he passed it, turnover. Just him being there changes.
Because it's Joel Embiid. I know we
Exactly.
all talk about him. He's Joel Embiid. That's an MVP.
It looks like he hooping, but he's playing basketball. I swear, it's just the knees.
It's just the knees. But you know what?
It's
In
just
that
the
paint,
knees.
he can't be held. They had 2 to 3 defenders trying to guard him, and he still hit a fadeaway. And we both said that even off of injury, Joel can come back and give any team 35. No matter what team you have, he can well, most of the teams, he can still give you 35 off of any injury.
You know what sucks the most? We talk well now that we talk good about Joel, it hurts so much to know that there's literally that could have been like a Hakeem. That could have been Hakeem. Like that could have been a Hakeem.
That's a
Joel
tough spot to talk
could
about.
have been
That's a tough spot to talk
Yoke.
about.
Joel could have been up there with
he could have
Yoke.
been Yoke. He just could have been one of the greatest.
Like you know how obviously different positions, so we kind of have to shift it because there's nobody close to Yoke in that position now. If Joel never got hurt, Shea would be in his own stuff with the guards.
Yeah.
It would be Yoke and Embiid. That's what the
But
talk would
that's
be.
what it was for like 3 years straight.
When he was healthy. If he just stayed the course.
When he was healthy and when he wasn't. When he was just coming back each and almost every other game, it was still Yoke and Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid got an MVP because that he should have deserved it the last year. Like he did that for years. It was a
giving
good,
giving out MVPs.
I know, but Joel had a very good stretch.
He
like
did.
where Joel was being talked about as one of the greatest scoring centers. Like bro, he
He
dropped
had a
71.
He had a stretch this year where he was averaging 35 or something. It was like, what are we?
Bro, he dropped 71 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Like it's Joel Embiid. He now, mind you can't pass and do all this stuff like Yoke, but man, Joel is a demon. Like I can guarantee you that Jokic can't come back from an injury like Joel. Jokic actually, this is a great example. Jokic when he came back from injury this year, did he not play terrible those first like couple of games where he couldn't shoot a ball? He went 1 for 12 on a 3-point his first game back.
What's terrible?
Terrible for Yoke, which is crazy.
Still getting a triple-double,
for
though,
Jokic is about
mind you.
21, 9 and 8. That's a terrible game for Jokic. That's a terrible game.
That's what he was averaging. He's probably averaging about triple-double, but yeah.
And
Which is
shot,
so
and shot.
crazy.
No.
Then I
And
guess
also,
we can say that.
wait.
We can't say that Yoke
What
played terrible.
was wrong with Jokic's 3-point shooting this year? Because even in the playoffs, regular season, it just wasn't good.
I think that was
It just was not
Injury-
good. They
injury
were
and
leaving
rhythm.
him open at that point.
yeah. I know. I think it was injury and rhythm because
So to my point, in
Yeah.
this offseason, it's going to come out that
Yeah.
Jokic was possibly injured.
Yeah, I
He
agree
still
with
has
that.
something.
Yeah,
He still
of
has something
course.
lingering.
of course, yeah,
There's
100%.
no way. Now I do think that the Wolves still had an upper hand a little bit, but I guarantee that Jokic was playing at 85%.
What Chuck
It
say?
had to be.
When you got guys banging on you, I mean, it's gonna take a toll on you. I mean, that's what he said, and that's true, and you know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think wrapping this up. I'm gonna be the oddball. I'm gonna say the 76ers win.
That's
I'm gonna be the
That's
oddball.
how take if Celtics can shoot over about 42% from the three.
If they
obviously
shoot
win. They obviously
42%
win.
from three, they're winning by 20.
So if they shoot 35%, they're winning. That's 7%. That you're just saying, yeah, stop it, bro, stop.
But you know what? That's how predicated they are on 3-point shooting.
Exactly.
You're talking about like all their field goals right now. So yeah, because you're saying their three, like if their 3-point percentage is this, if their 3-point percentage is 35, then their field goal note is probably about on par.
Yeah.
So no, we've seen teams win shooting 40 to 43. We've seen teams win like that.
Yeah.
30. That's probably gonna be that'll be like close to their field goal with the way they take threes. So
Tyrese Maxey and Joel can somehow put together about 60 to 70 points.
no, if Paul George just doesn't shit the bed and they get like if they can
Paul
get,
George in the bed, he's been playing.
he's
great.
been playing good. That's what I'm saying. Game 7, if you get PG-13, the Tyrese you've been getting, VJ you've been getting, Joel don't even really have to play that great. Joel just got to be a big man.
Joel has to play great.
No,
He has to play great.
we've seen in this series that
When Joel plays great, they have not lost a game.
Oh, when Joel plays great, undefeated, yeah, of course. But no, this is different.
Game 5 was tied up 86-86.
Game
Joel
7 is
Joel
others.
took over, and then they went up somehow by about 12 points after.
Game 7 is gonna have to be a little bit, everybody. I'm gonna have to see.
Oh yeah.
I'm even asking Kelly Oubre. What can Kelly Oubre do for me?
Yeah.
What can Andre Drummond do for me? Andre might not even play that. It depends. I'm surprised Drummond has gotten so much minutes this series anyway, with how they take threes.
That's because, man, if you saw him at the end of the season, man, he was shooting.
Man, he was banging out.
shooting.
But I'm saying, like, defending the perimeter. I'm surprised they have not to defend the perimeter. That might be a little bit of a liability. Watch for that, actually, in this game.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Magic Pistons. That's what we're talking about a little bit. Apparently not the biggest upset. 1-8, not the biggest upset, but
we didn't think it was.
It has been a great series.
Very great
Paolo
series.
Banchero, Cade Cunningham showing that they are the future of the NBA. Dropping 45-45 in Game 5 for us. Look at that. Come on, that's beautiful.
No, it was a great game.
You know what wasn't a good game?
PB no J.
PB no J and the 1 of 23 shooting from the field that the Orlando Magic decided to do in the fourth quarter to blow a 23-point lead that they had
up
at home.
60-38 in the first half. And when everybody's just looking like, is this really about to happen?
Yep.
Then they just slowly creep back up. PB no J went 1 for 11 in the second half. 0 for 5 in threes and simply couldn't make anything.
And I think you and me talked about that so much is Paolo needs to stay true to himself. Yeah. He dropped 45 for a reason. You want to know why? Because he picked his spots.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Towards the end, especially in the fourth quarter, you could see the entire Orlando team kind of get flustered. Oh, we're down 3. We need a 3.
Yeah.
You don't need a 3. There's 9 minutes left. Just get the layup and go down 1 and stop them.
Yeah.
And I think that's just usually with teams that lack in experience, especially in the playoffs, that's all that is. That's what I'll chalk it up to. Magic have not really gone on playoff runs, especially like this. They usually get got in five games.
Well, they took Cleveland to 7 games 2 years ago.
True. I think we're looking at this Pistons team a little different because they're number 1 seed.
But what experience do they have? What experience does Durn have?
That's true. I think we're just really giving them credit for the regular season they had.
Yeah.
Like they had a for the Pistons, they had a historic season.
They had a historic season, or did Cade and them have a historical season?
They are. I won't discredit that team. You want to know why? Because Toby played great. Tobias Harris played great all season.
That was his best season we've ever seen from Tobias?
No, of course not. But for his age and the role that he's been given.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else? Duncan Robinson, was that his best season? Was Kevin Huerter's best season? Was it Azor? We can talk about him all we want.
Azor, Jalen, Cade, the 3 of them. Yeah. Like basically.
Azor.
Yeah, Azor Thompson.
On defense?
On defense. On defense. That's the whole point. They've had a historic defense this year. He can score. He can't shoot.
He can score?
Yeah. In the paint. We've seen it. He's kind of like,
he's 50% of what his brother is on offense.
He can still get to the paint though.
He's 50% of what his brother is on offense.
That's cool. It's the defense. That's why the Pistons were so good this year. That was the calling card. Their defense. They had a historic defense this year.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that it was Cade in them. Jalen Duren, he was an all-star too, so I guess you could say Cade and Jalen Duren in them. We said it. When they don't play good and the bench comes in, it's wraps usually. It's pretty much wraps. If Cade is going off and Jalen Duren can get you his little boards and defense.
Tobias had 22 and 10 last game, by the way.
Yeah, but is that the best we've ever seen Tobias Harris play?
22 and 10 in the playoffs? I can't think of something better from Tobias Harris in the playoffs.
Tobias Harris.
Sorry.
Tobias Harris about 5 years ago, I'm pretty sure, put up like 28 in like
playoffs.
10, I'm pretty sure. Yes.
For Sixers?
No. Was that the Sixers?
That's what you're implying.
No.
Couldn't have been Detroit.
Yeah, possibly the Sixers then, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
It had to be the Sixers. That must have been a crazy
game. He played good.
What, did you see that game in your dreams?
I'm pretty sure that happened, bro. Tobias Harris was not a bad player before. Are you tripping? Tobias Harris?
No, never. He was never a bad player. He kind of like playoff peak, but he kind of has that same track record. He's not good in the playoffs.
Tobias Harris?
Toby? I've never seen Toby like a playoff performer. I've never have seen Toby like a playoff performer like that.
I felt. Am I tripping?
You're not. No, I just. I mean, he's not like a great man. We spending time on Toby, man. And he's averaging 20. He's averaging 20 in the playoffs this year. That's so crazy. 22, 23, 20, 23. Yeah. Yeah.
Tobias Harris in 2021 basically averaged about 20 points on 51% on 40% of on three.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if this is the best that we've ever seen him play.
22,
right, this year,
23,
this
20,
year, you know what he's averaging?
Hold on. Oh, right now, this is the best we're seeing Toby play.
Yeah.
This year.
Okay.
He
averaged 13 on 46 and 36%.
And now he's averaging 20 on 42% shooting with 8 boards.
But we said that he had to be an X factor, though. We said that.
We did, and he has been. I just think that's why. Because I picked Orlando, I can't switch now, and now we're talking about Toby averaging 20. Now I want to.
After watching the second half, bro, I don't know.
That's why I struggle now. Because now, give me Detroit. Detroit wins. Yeah, Toby averaging 20. Me seeing this now,
I'll take.
No, you can't pick Orlando after that fourth quarter.
I'm taking Orlando because that first half still got me proven. It was a bad second half.
I'm glad they did that at home.
It was a bad second half.
At home?
And they've handled Detroit at their home.
Oh, they have. Game 7. They gonna have that place like the Malice at
Just
the
let
Palace.
you know, Toby back to back. He had 24 and 29 in the playoffs. Yes.
That is so 24 and 29?
Yes.
Generational performance from Tobias Harris. Jesus.
I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah.
That's wild.
Thank you.
But yeah, Detroit.
Toby in 2021 had 37 and 2.
In a playoff game? All right, that's enough combo. That's enough combo.
You need to stop. You don't know who Toby is. I used to play him and watch.
You're reading me witchcraft right now, talking about Toby dropping 37. Stop.
This is 2021. 2021, May 23rd. 37 points, 54%. Man had 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 assists.
That is witchcraft that he had called upon that night.
Toby.
And you know what? The same witchcraft he's gonna have to do. He's gonna have to wave. Look. This is going to be him with the sage in the locker room.
Stop.
So he can drop 30 again so they can win Game 7. So you're picking Orlando?
I'm going to take Orlando. I'm going to take Orlando. I think that what they saw in that first half, they're going to go watch film. Because the thing, when they came out the second half, they were not – it didn't look like they were trying. They were letting them come back. Almost every possession, they were letting them come back. The refs didn't help out at all. I'll say that. But they were just letting them come back. So, yeah, I think that Orlando, they still got heart. They got a lot of heart. They had a lot of heart.
Last question before we wrap things up. Or 2 questions, kind of. We know in the Western Conference, you and me both want to see OKC versus San Antonio. What series do you want to see in the Eastern Conference Finals? What 2 teams do you want to see? Don't be biased, please. Be real.
I can't be biased. We're not going anywhere, so I can't be. I'm glad that you didn't even want to talk about it, so we're not going to talk about it. No. No, you already said we're wrapping it up, so we're not going to talk about it at all. No need to. I'd say, who do I want to see in the Eastern Conference Finals?
I think the Cavs win Game 7, man. I think the Cavs could go.
Moving past that, I still want to see the Celtics versus possibly Detroit, like that.
Knicks.
Nah.
I want to see him play.
I'll say the Knicks.
Wait,
Celtics versus. Why?
Wait.
In the Eastern Conference, you could play anybody. What do you mean?
No, they would meet in the second round, brother. Celtics and the Knicks.
Oh yeah,
they meet in the second round.
Yeah.
Can't happen.
Then actually, it'll have to be the Knicks. The Knicks versus Detroit or Orlando. I'll say possibly Detroit, but if Orlando makes it, then I'll
Knicks Detroit. Because and you want to know why that'd be good? Because Detroit has had their number all year.
I don't think that the next one.
I think it'd be a little different. I think it kind of even out in the playoffs.
Well, you would hope so, because if you get blown out like how you did in the regular season, then it won't be a good series at all. Yeah, so I'll say Detroit and Detroit and the Knicks.
Me too. I'm gonna have to go with that too. That's a great series, defense wise, offensive.
Let's wrap it up.
He really don't want to talk about it.
Let's wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cavs in 7. I'm Damian Dustin.
Cavs in Cancun in 7. Thank you so much for watching the pod. Aiden Jones here. Thank you.
Peace.
Wow.